I think we can, and it's positive to create a better environment for sharing in the classroom for all the students, because many of them are possibly coming already really nervous or upset, or everybody, growing up is awful. It's awful business, not for the faint of heart. And it was for me and it is for them, and I try to say that to them pretty regularly too. There's many of us who go through this life thinking we're failing all the time, and it doesn't mean it's true, but it doesn't mean you don't feel it, and it's a terrible feeling. I hope that, and I think it's what I'm seeing, that when we invite them just in these really low stakes ways to participate, we're not judging them. You don't have to show up be smart 100% of the time. You just show up and we're in this together, and it's fun, play, like children, right? They can let their guards down a bit more, right? And actually then they're receptive to real learning. But before that, sometimes with many people, they're performing or afraid, or I didn't really finish the reading, and they're going to figure it out, and that's a lot of anxiety to come to a learning environment with. And I think we just do them and ourselves a favor to make it a more playful, joyful experience, that it's there's enough drudgery in the world, but this part of the day doesn't have to be one of those. And learning, I think, should be fun, right? That's watching my own kids play, I've realized how much learning they're doing, and that that's I think our job sometimes in the classroom is to just practice some new skills, but not necessarily for the goal of immediate judgment, right? Because you're not good at things the first time you sketch in a long time, it's probably really uncomfortable, right? And even sticking with it for 15 minutes is really hard. But you practice and you practice and you practice, and after 10 weeks or 12 weeks, you feel oh wow, I've learned I'm not so bad at this, or I actually kind of enjoy this. And also I think we regulate their nervous systems. You've taught me this actually. So it was learning, thanks to you and thanks to our conversations really about trauma-informed pedagogy, that really moved me in this direction a bit more. Maybe I was always a bit interested, but not really then. But it came also as as I've grown up as a teacher a little bit, in reflection of oh yeah, when I was an undergrad, I was pretty stressed, pretty miserable, and pretty kind of operating on this fear, anxiety spiral of I must do more, I must get that A+, I must da-da-da. And I think many of my students are there too. And I wasn't receptive to half of what I was actually hearing. So I'm hoping to try to, create these sort of possibilities for more people to actually enter, the learning environment with their own full selves, and then, and then just actually feel a little bit better, hopefully, even if that's the only outcome. It's still a good outcome. If they learn, which they will, but if they learn, that's icing too. But it doesn't have to be I say I'm not teaching surgery here. I'm teaching ways of thinking about really complicated things that I don't have the answers to either. There's no correct answer on how religion and culture and people work across history to make meanings and negotiate those. And I don't have answers. So our job is just to get sensitive to the big questions. And I think to be really sensitive, you have to be open. You have to be able to hear and see, and so that's what I think. That's what I think we're doing when we're doing something with our hands, is equipping more people to join us, inviting more people to join us, which I think is what we should be doing, right? It's not. I think our education system's failures have been that they often are serving just one type of achievement, and telling everybody else that if that form of achievement isn't easy for you, you're dumb or deficient, which isn't true at all. It's just not true at all. Everyone has a contribution to make. Everyone has a skill that's different from the person next to them, or a gift, or an experience that changes. So I think we have to create the community, and one of the ways we create that community is by just time spent together doing something a little inane, actually silly and pleasurable.